right, boys and girls. Our letter for the week is the letter O. Capital O and lowercase o. And O is a very special letter because O is one of our vowels. It has two sounds. I wonder who bought the O house. The sold sign is up. I'm going to tell you what the sound is. So we're looking for maybe an animal or even a person, because sometimes we have people buy those houses. So it could be something that sounds like like an octopus, or maybe Oscar or Oliver. So try and think of something, and you can let me know if you got the correct answer. It looks like there might be an ostrich there so I don't think an ostrich bought the house. Let's see. That's Ollie the Otter. Ollie the Otter for the letter O. Ollie has something hanging on his line over here. We don't see very often anymore. And my boys were young, we used to wear these all the time. They're called overalls. Overalls have the O sound. Sometimes a painter or a farmer or a fireman might wear overalls. There's something in the tree that we know that starts with the letter O. A juicy fruit, an orange. So Ollie likes oranges. That's his friend the ostrich. And this is some okra. That's a vegetable that we don't hear about too often either. I have the letter O here, boys and girls. I'm going to slide this over to the side, and I wanted to tell you that O is going to help us remember a very special shape. This is Ollie octagon, and an octagon has 8 sides, like an octopus has 8 arms. So this can help you remember one of our special shapes called the octagon. There's also a shape called the oval that starts with an O. This is an octagon, and we already talked about ovals. So I'm going to put Ollie out of the way here for a minute. What kind of car do you think Ollie has? Let's see. Here it is. He drives around on an olive car. Olives are usually maybe on pizza or salad. If you have a salad for dinner, they might have a green olive with a little red pit in it. And there's Ollie driving around in his olive car. When Ollie gets on the train with all the other letters, he's going to take an olive with him, because that's one of his favorite things to eat, an olive. Ollie has a very important job. He's an optometrist, which is an eye doctor. So there he is with his white lab coat on, and maybe you'll be getting your eyes checked pretty soon. We had them checked here at Tiny Tots not too long ago. And maybe when you go into kindergarten, they'll be doing that as well with the eye chart. That's what an eye doctor does, checks to make sure that your vision is perfect. Now, boys and girls, it's time to play our vocabulary game. So I'm going to give you a couple clues. I'll give you a couple seconds to see if you can guess what the first O card is. This is a really, really strong animal. It's a little tiny word. It only has 2 letters. And sometimes they say you're as strong as an ox. Ox starts with the letter O. The next one is the kind of animal that Ollie is. He's a fish-eating mammal. He has really, really long body, fur, and webbed feet. If you said Ollie was an otter, you're correct. That's an otter. So you have an ox, an otter. The next one is the longest living bird with a long neck and long legs. Sometimes these birds stick their hand or their neck deep down in the sand. This is the ostrich. Ostrich starts with the letter O. The next one is something you will find in the ocean, which is another O word. It says its own name, ocean. And this has 8 hands, like Ollie the octagon. That's a little hint, octopus. So if you said that word octopus, you were correct. So we have several different types of animals. An ox, an otter, an ostrich is a bird, an octopus lives in the ocean. The last two, the next one I'm thinking of is something might be on your pizza, like I said earlier, or in your salad. It's a fruit, it's green, and it's shaped like an oval. If you said the olive, that's correct. And the last one, boys and girls, makes me think of something. It's the opposite of off. And we talked a lot about opposites in school at Tiny Tots. So the opposite of off is on. So there's the card with the on. And I pulled out 2 of our little sight words because we use these at Tiny Tots already. They both start with the letter O. This is the word on. And the opposite of on is off. And they're both O words. Now, Ollie's going to sing now a little bit about the letter O. So I'm going to put his song on, and I want you to enjoy Ollie the Otter.
My name is Ollie Otter, and I live down by the sea. Living near the ocean is the only life for me. Swimming with an octopus or diving with a fish. Thinking of the letter O as I make the water swish. I swim around in circles, thinking of the letter O. Oftentimes I dive and look for objects down below. When I get the notion, I go swimming in the ocean, thinking of O, thinking of O. One day in October, I climbed up on the beach. I there observed an ostrich having 2 gigantic feet, dancing with an ox underneath an olive tree. They were having so much fun they didn't notice me, moving round in circles underneath that olive tree, dancing to the rhythm of the wind and waves you see. On that grand occasion they were happy, don't you know? I jumped back in the ocean, thinking of the letter O. I swim around in circles, thinking of the letter O. Oftentimes I dive and look for objects down below. When I get the notion, I go swimming in the ocean, thinking of O, thinking of O.
Boys and girls, next we have our chart story from Mr. Pencil series, which is about octopus stew. So watch closely as we go from the left to the right, and I'll point to the words in the story.
Is anyone ready for lunch? I think I could eat a whole pot of octopus stew. Ooh, I'd rather read the book about octopus stew.
Here is a question I'd like to know. What can you name that begins with an O? Oxen and otters, ostriches too, oranges and olives and octopus stew. Okay, if you've ever had octopus stew, we want you to sing along this last time.
Here is a question I'd like to know. What can you name that begins with an O? Oxen and otters, ostriches too, oranges and olives and octopus stew. So boys and girls, speaking of octopus stew, this might look familiar. This is one of our pots that we use around Halloween or for making some alphabet soup. And all the things that would go in the octopus stew have to have the ah sound or the sound O. So here are some ideas. You can even find some objects. That's another O word that you might want to find some objects. And you could just put any type of objects in. But if you're worried about the sound, we're going to put things that start with the letter O. An otter can go in octopus soup. An ostrich can go in the octopus stew. Something tasty, good to eat for breakfast is oatmeal. An orange can go in the stew. Of course, an octopus can go into octopus stew. And then we have our capital O and our lowercase o. And they both can go into the stew. Some other ideas, boys and girls, that you can work on during the week for the letter O for show and tell. You might want to get an oval out, place it on the floor, and if someone gives you a word that starts with an O sound, step over the oval. If it doesn't, just stand still. That's what you'd be doing if you were here with me on the circle. So if we had a word like flower, everyone would stand still. Or if I said a word like otter, you would step over your oval, over the oval. Another idea for this week is to work on your opposites, or the color orange. We sang about the color orange. I'm just going to go to one page here to show you how you spell orange. O-R-A-N-G-E. O-R-A-N-G-E. So you can practice your color words this week since we're talking about the letter O. Another idea, boys and girls, for the letter O is if you have craft sticks at home. This kind of reminds of something you see when you go to the doctor for your tongue depressor. And the doctor would say, open wide. And open will help you remember we're working on the letter O. You can write different letters on your sticks. And if it's a letter O, you would say open wide. This is a tricky one. We talked about this just not too long ago on one of our videos. It's a letter O with the tail of the letter Q, so you'll be very quiet. And you can put them on sticks or pieces of paper, and you can play the open wide game. So there are lots of ideas for the letter O. Bye for now.